Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another review here on Pez of the Mind. I am James Phoenix. Joining me today is Chris the Mole.
Hello.
And as part of our ongoing Goosebumps Month for this October, we are here today to talk about the Goosebumps television series. Of course, based on the hit book series, which we have already spoken about.
Yep.
The Goosebumps television series originally aired over here.
Yes, it did originally do that.
I'm talking about from 1995 to 1998. A total of, I believe it was 3 seasons over here. We figured out it was 4 seasons over there because they changed it around.
No, I said Netflix at least has, I think it's 5 listed.
Oh, so it was 4 to 5, not 3 to 4. Okay, I knew there was a discrepancy in number of seasons. Fair enough.
But it could just be Netflix because it's in completely weird numbers, or completely random episode number. Like, there's no way we got Bride of the Living Dummy before Night of the Living Dummy Part 3.
Yeah, that would be weird.
So, yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, 68 total episodes, each based on one of the books from the hit series. It aired over here.
Multiple series.
You're right, from multiple incarnations of the Goosebumps series. Because some of them are from not the original, from the give your own or give yourself, things like that. So.
And Bride of the Living Dummy, I believe, was Goosebumps 2000 because I have that book.
Fair enough. They must have done some of the 2000s at the end. That's cool. I did not know that. At any rate, the show, the opening of the show, of course, featured a man with a briefcase which opened up and spewed these stories everywhere, bringing the creatures to life. And each episode, or at least a lot of the episodes, were usually introduced by author R.L. Stein himself, who would do a little creepy thing to get you in the mood for the episode.
Yep.
And that was fun.
And the iconic theme song that we mentioned in the last double.
Goosebumps. Yes, that's a great theme song. Always iconic. The show was a big hit. It aired on the Fox. Yep. Reader beware, viewer beware, you're in for a scare.
You messed it up.
I did mess it up. I'm sorry. I'm a librarian. I'm used to the book version.
Then why is there a creepy dude reading it to you?
Yeah.
Librarians should encourage people to read their own books.
That's true. But in the books it says reader beware. Anyway. The series aired on the Fox network over here. I remember it because back then I went to an after school.
Kids.
Yep. I don't know if was it on Fox Kids for you guys too, or.
Yeah, we had a channel called Fox Kids that showed that, like Ozzy and the Cockroaches, Life with Louie, every single fucking episode of Power Rangers. And then at night time we ended up just showing that.
Oh.
No, I mean after a certain point at night, like about 10, 11 o'clock, they just did like massive marathons of Power Rangers non-stop, so you could keep watching them all. Mainly because there's not many kids watching at that point, so they're going for the nostalgic factor. I'd rather watch that than some of the other kid shows that after a certain point become telly shopping.
Yeah, that's always annoying. But yeah, so I remember the series because I was back around middle school around the time that this was on the air. And it was a little before that, actually. It would have been late elementary school. And so I would go to an after-school program because my parents worked. And I remember we would all get there after school. We'd all rush to try to get our homework done because Goosebumps came on at 4 o'clock and everybody wanted to watch Goosebumps. That was always a lot of fun. And we had some cookies. It was a good time.
I was still in primary school when Goosebumps was on.
Yeah, I realized in retrospect that I think it was the reruns we were either I'm just remembering things later or it was the reruns were still on. I'm not sure, one of the two. I'm trying to because 95 to 98, yeah, that would for me would have been 3rd through 5th grades.
Yeah, when I watched it, we were still in primary school with like stuff like Pogs were cool and Goosebumps.
Pogs were awesome.
Oh, so the crystal maze was a thing.
Yes,
I'm saying that just
that
because
it was.
they brought it back for Stand Up for Cancer this week.
Nice.
Stephen Merchant shaved his head for it. It was fucking awesome.
That's awesome.
The original host was bald, you see. So, and the
Ah,
original host cameos as someone who gives him a question. I was like, oh, that's cool.
nice. That's awesome.
Which, like, he introduces it. He goes, "Clinton is running for office. Pokemon is all the rage. Brad Pitt is single, and the Crystal Maze is on TV. Welcome to the 1990s."
Yes.
I'm like, when you say like that, yes.
Yeah, pretty much. There's a Power Rangers movie coming out next year.
I don't recognize that as Power Rangers.
Fair enough.
It's more Twilight. It's cool that people like Twilight.
Combination of the two.
And like I said, it's cool that people like Twilight. That was a massive hit. One of the best-selling book series of all time.
It was, somehow.
Because it was written... I don't know. Who
Because
knows
it was
why
written, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, who knows why certain books are successful. I mean, that Harry Potter trash, which is equally as bad as Twilight, that's popular.
That's true. But anyway, we're talking about Goosebumps today, which is not trash for the most part.
It's bad if you watch as an adult, but it's designed for kids. It doesn't even pretend to be adult like Harry Potter, where it changes the cover.
Yeah.
Because people are ashamed to read it. Which, if you're ashamed to read it, don't read it. The only thing you should be hiding because you're ashamed of if you're a grown man is porn.
Yep.
And it's a case of
let's be honest, if you're a grown man, you probably shouldn't be ashamed of that at this point either.
It depends how dirty it is. The real good porn you should definitely be ashamed of.
That is true.
The real good porn's the type of porn you take your computer out back and you destroy it just to get rid of all traces of it from your house. No, I'm kidding. But no, it's a case, like I said with that, it's a case of I always, slight tangent, I always hate when people with like that with Harry Potter and they're like, oh, it's an adult one now, we got the adult cover. It's the same fucking book. Who gives a shit what the cover says? I go and buy the Lego DC films. I don't go, oh, can you put some badass cover on it so I feel like an adult? I just enjoy it, you whiny fucking entitled pricks. But yes, Goosebumps. Not the whiny Harry Potter virgins.
Yes, the good version. That's what's great about Goosebumps is it was, and that's to me at that age anyway. It was scary, and that's what was great about it is they weren't afraid to be scary for the age range they were targeting. They didn't try to sugarcoat it.
Yeah, it was enjoyable. I never got scared of Goosebumps, but I did enjoy it. Although to be fair, I was watching actual horrors at the time of Goosebumps.
Yeah. I'm gonna say that Goosebumps isn't gonna do much when you then switch over and watch Friday the 13th.
Yeah, or when you watch I watched Child's Play before I saw Night of the Living Dummy.
Right. Yeah. Then that obviously Chucky's gonna be worse.
However, I will say and I will say this, which people may or may not disagree with. There was another show on the air at the same time. Mm-hmm. Are You Afraid of the Dark with the Midnight Society?
Yeah, I was gonna mention that at the very similar programs.
Are You Afraid of the Dark was much scarier and had much better stories, but Goosebumps had more memorable characters.
Mm-hmm. And I think
that's why I judged it too.
And I think Goosebumps had a better budget.
Yeah, I liked the Midnight Society, and I thought it was cool when they brought him back and then made it the younger kid and now his friend.
And he was the leader now. Yeah, that was really cool when they did that.
But yeah, like I said, those two competed against each other, and I felt both shows were good. I felt Are You Afraid of the Dark was the more mature, but Goosebumps has the more iconic characters. Like everyone can remember like Slappy the Dummy.
Yeah.
No one can really remember iconic Are You Afraid of the Dark monsters.
Yeah.
Like the only Are You Afraid of the Dark monsters I can really remember is the chameleon that turned into people.
Yep.
And that's only because years later I was like, oh my god, it's the twins from Sister when I rewatched it. And I was like, that's where I knew them from when I watched it.
Nice. Yeah, I didn't remember that much of Are You Afraid of the Dark. The only one I remember being iconic is I remember there was a creepy shop owner that showed up in like a whole bunch of episodes. That's the only person I remember being like the iconic. Like, oh, there's the creepy bald shop owner guy. There was like, oh, that's that. I think there was a clown. I don't remember.
But yeah,
The only episode that I really remember was the one where they found the haunted abandoned pool underneath the high school. That was a good
yeah,
one.
there was. But one thing Goosebumps did differently as well to Are You Afraid of the Dark
Yep.
is it also stretched the stories out a little bit more.
Hmm.
Because there was always a lot of the Goosebumps stories anyway, are like part one and part two, like episode one, episode two to watch them.
Yeah.
Whereas Are You Afraid of the Dark are like self-contained crypt, like Tales of the Crypt style,
Yeah.
which
30
also
minutes.
works.
Yeah.
Yeah, which like I said, that also works. But Goosebumps itself was enjoyable. It was 90s. It was enjoyable,
Oh
but
yeah, very much so.
but the only one I didn't enjoy was the one about the superhero,
Hmm.
where all the comics come alive and stuff. I thought that, oh my god, I was scared by it. Oh my god, it was so bad. I was just bored by it.
Probably because
I
they'd
don't know
already
why.
done that. Probably because they already did that and they called it Beetleborgs.
Yep.
But yeah, really, there's only 2 episodes of Goosebumps that really stand out in my mind because, like I said, I was kind of scared of them, so I didn't watch all of them. But 2 in particular
Right.
always showed down in my mind. One of which, of course, the iconic Haunted Mask, which was the pilot. I own that one on VHS tape somewhere. But that one was always really good. The actress that got to play Carly Beth was actually very convincing for a kid actress, and that was impressive for the time. And so I remember how cool it was seeing the actual mask, take her over and become her face, and they did slime effects to make it look like a real face, and that was really cool.
Smoking.
Yeah, and it kind of looked like the mask from the Jim Carrey movie, but it was green. What you gonna do? But I remember that one, and I remember Stay Out of the Basement because I remember those creepy. Oh my God, the dad's made of plants. That was kind of cool. And I always remember that very end where they walk out. There's a flower bed, and the flowers are all like, "No, it's me. I'm your father. No, I'm your father. No, it's me. I'm really your father."
Yeah.
I thought that
Well,
was
it's
really
like
creepy.
like I mentioned when we did the books. That's one thing I enjoyed was they took a load of stuff from actual horror films and just did the same film but for kids, and I was like, that's
Yeah,
kind of enjoyable.
and
I thought it was a cool way of doing it.
it was. I got me. I was going back to research this. I was surprised at how many episodes of this show there were. I didn't realize it was on that long.
It was.
I'll have to go back and
But
watch.
to be fair, by the time Goosebumps 2000s came out, I wasn't buying the books anymore.
True.
Most people my age who bought Goosebumps weren't into it around 2000s. Which, if one of the stories is one of the Goosebumps 2000s, the only reason I have it is it had Slappy on it. I was like, and I
Yeah.
bought it just because I like the Slappy stories. But I don't
Yeah.
own any of the other 2000 ones besides Slappy stories.
Hmm.
So it's probably one of those things that we grew out of it, whereas other kids were getting into it.
Yeah, that's true. That's probably why I missed a lot of it.
It's like, well, since we mentioned it before, it's like Power Rangers. I know people who still don't know it's on the air.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there are. Just because it's not just not the big worldwide thing it was back in the mid '90s.
I don't just mean that. I mean because they've also grown out of it. They don't keep track of what each season is. So when you say to me,
True.
I tried to get like my nephew on like the Dino Charger gun or something like that, they'll turn on and go, "What's that?" And you have to go to Power Rangers. Oh, I remember that. No. It's from the new one. Oh, they
Uh,
rebooted it. No, it's still been going. Really?
yes,
Yeah.
really.
Yep. Is it any good? Was it ever? But it's just one of those things. It's like if you ask a fan who grew out wrestling to name wrestlers from nowadays, they can't do it. They don't. A lot of them still don't know a lot of the pay per views. They wouldn't tell you there's a draft.
Yeah. Well, that's like I actually I'm not gonna get
Like
into a whole. I was gonna say I was talking to somebody that I work with, and I ran into that the other day. It was somebody who had watched a long time ago but hadn't kept up on it.
I had this similar thing the other day. Trying to explain Money in the Bank to someone that doesn't watch wrestling is fun.
Oh, I'd imagine.
But I think that's just the reason. But
Yeah,
I liked
definitely.
Goosebumps, and it was still enjoyable. It was one of those things where I think the first few seasons are what I know most, but it was still enjoyable.
Yeah, that would make sense to be the first 2 seasons because those are the ones that were well known. And it's also worth noting that a lot of the Goosebumps episodes actually had well known, but not then well known actors and actresses appearing in the show, which was always fun to see famous people. Notably, for example, Ryan Gosling appeared as Greg Banks in Say Cheese and Die, and Hayden Christensen was Zane in Night of the Living Dummy 3.
Also, look at the actor playing Slappy. When you see the little ginger actor, James Franco.
Okay, then.
You don't think the dummy grew up to be James Franco?
Could be. I still don't understand why the fuck they made the dummy ginger. That never made sense to me.
Because the ginger didn't, the dummy didn't really have a color.
But it did, because you saw the picture on the front, and it looked like the way he does in the Jack Black movie. That looked like Slappy.
Yes, but that's the redrawn Slappy. One of the earlier ones, when he did the covers and stuff, like most of the villains had shadow over them, so you didn't know what color they were. And R.L. Stine worked on them themselves, so that would have been the color he thought at the time. But since everyone would have thought black, he just went black again.
Yeah, because I remember seeing the cover of like Night of the Living Dummy, and he was going like this. And he had the the black hair and the little suit and everything, and it's I don't know. I always remembered him looking that way.
But like I said, it's one of those things of, it's a cover, and therefore because it's a book, it doesn't matter what's on the what the cover's colors is.
True.
It's like the anime for Dragon Ball changed the colors for a load of the stuff for what it was in the manga, which became more of the norm. But it, like I said, it's just one of those things. Like Stan helped work on the show, so he thought Slappy should have looked like that. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he approved it, and that's fine. I mean, obviously that's certainly he has the right to do that, of course.
It was probably so that because they were making their own, so it was a dummy they could keep. And it worked.
It did.
I didn't mind Ginger Slappy.
He was okay. He was still creepy. That was the important part.
I like Slappy.
Yes.
And like we said, it's ironically with the TV show, it's the same type of stories as we mentioned with the books.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same ones we enjoy.
It is.
But the TV show, like I said, that theme song and the opening with the do 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 do, it's beautiful. The opening is really beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And it gets you into the mood for it. And you see like this weird dude watching onwards. You're like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Mm.
Which at the time you don't know who the hell that is.
Yeah.
And you'd be just like, that's so cool.
It is. Yeah, which is always really, really enjoyable and a lot of fun. If you want to see the episodes, there are VHS tapes were released, as well as some DVDs that were released over here anyway. You can find those. They have 1 to 2 episodes each on them.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you want to check them out, who the hell recommends VHS first nowadays? When they're on Netflix and DVDs.
And you can also watch them on Netflix. That's also true. I'll just mention that you might find old VHSs lying around. You can add that old school feel.
Yeah, sure. Maybe you'll find the Laserdisc version.
Yes, that'd be even better.
Or the Betamax version.
Yeah. Yeah, and interestingly, to your point earlier, it's worth noting that the Night of the Living Dummy DVD contains Night of the Living Dummy, Night of the Living Dummy 2, and Bride of the Living Dummy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like maybe that was the right order. Bride was made before 3.
I'm not sure.
Weird.
But like I said, with Night of the Living Dummy though, which is cool. If you look at the new DVD, we've re-released the DVDs now with all of them in one set, and they split them up. The new DVD has the book open and all the monsters coming out the book, so it looks like the film on the cover a bit.
Nice.
And I'm like, that's kind of cool, but it's the ones from the show, and I'm like, oh, it's cool.
Yeah.
There's been other ones where they've drawn them, so it's like the more like the Slappy Jims used to, like out on the front on one of them for part 1 and stuff, which is cool. And like I said, and it's on Netflix, so you can check out Netflix.
It is, and as of 2012, they had released the individual season sets over on your side of the pond. So over here we got episode volumes. You guys got the full seasons, as well as a complete collection set.
Yeah, and we also had it split up.
Did you? Okay.
They recently split it up where they've done like season 1 and 2 in a box set, then 3 and 4 in a different box set.
Okay.
Which is weird. Like Goosebumps Part 1, Goosebumps Part 2. I'm like, what?
That's weird. Yeah, I don't know.
More money.
Pretty much. But just it's out there, and of course, easily it's on Netflix. Go check that out. So.
Yep, and it is Goosebumps. So yeah, if you liked it, however, I will say if you liked it back in the day, then you should check it out. I'm not sure if kids today would like it because it is a little out of date when you watch it. Like
Yeah,
it's
that's
that old footage, and it's not as in your face as kids are used to nowadays. Like even the
not
Goosebumps films a very different tone to this.
true. I guess the question is because the books are still being, even re-released with new covers for new audiences today. So I guess if you like the books, check out the episodes. I mean, they're going to be a little outdated, but it is the same stories. You might enjoy a little bit.
Well, my question is, are they being re-released for the kids?
I don't know. I just know that they've been releasing them with new cover artwork. I've seen them at the
Yeah,
library.
I've done it with new cover artwork and stuff, and I've seen them in a big box set in one of the bookstores in near me.
Yeah.
And on the box it says the books from your childhood. So I think they're trying to cash in on the nostalgia, like older
Ah,
fans who want to rebuy their books to go, oh, this was good.
that makes sense. That makes sense.
Because I mean, kids today
Clever.
don't know what a book is. They have Kindles.
Ha. Nice.
A book, kids, is like a giant Kindle with just one story in it. It's horribly outdated. It doesn't even have Wi-Fi. What the hell? Whereas your Kindle's like this size, the book will be like that size too. So it even takes up more shelf room. Where you can just have all your books in one convenient tablet and have more space for all your other stuff, like your iPhone, your One Direction statues,
Okay then.
and all your Lego Dimensions figures.
That is accurate.
But not Disney Infinity because Disney sucked.
Yes.
The third one did so badly they didn't even release all the stuff for it.
Nope.
Goosebumps.
That's a huge issue. One of those for Goosebumps where you can buy and collect all the monsters. That'd be awesome.
I buy Slappy and that's it. I feel sorry for the poor fucking kid who opens up and goes, "Oh, which monster?" Oh, it's a fucking sponge. Mummy, Daddy, why do you hate me?
True. True.
Mummy, Daddy, why have you got me a sponge?
Oh, poor evil
What?
sponge.
Little kid down the road, yeah. He got an iPad for Christmas. Why have I got a sponge, Mummy and Daddy? Why do you hate me? No. If you put it on the game, it'll come alive. It's not SpongeBob, Mummy and Daddy. He's square. No. Alive in a different way, more in an evil way. It's not SpongeBob, Mummy and Daddy.
I have no response to that.
Yay, I got. What's this, Mummy and Daddy? It's a camera. That looks nothing like my phone.
There you go. Yeah. Good times.
Yeah, the technology is horribly outdated.
Yeah.
Like, say cheese and die nowadays would just be, I don't know, selfie and die.
Pretty
It's
much.
just called selfie suicide. Every time you take a selfie on this phone.
Yeah.
But instead of big Polaroids. But it's dated in the most wonderful way.
It is.
I mean, hell, even a ventriloquist dummy is slightly dated.
A little bit.
Because it's a classy dummy, not a racist, horrible dummy with Jeff Dunham sticking out of its ass.
Yeah.
Yep. We need to do a whole video just on how times are different.
We do.
You see, kids, back in our days, there used to be little pieces of cardboard, and you used to throw plastic into them, and we'd call that fun.
Yep.
That was our Angry Birds.
It was.
No, it wasn't our Angry Birds with Mario and stuff. Our Angry
That's
Birds
true.
was never Pogs.
No.
But yeah, this is Goosebumps, where strange things happen. And like, there's like Jim said, there's episodes with clowns. Like there wasn't. Are you afraid of the dark? There's dummies and stuff. And these clowns are proper evil clowns, and not just clowns. People dressed as clowns for the purpose of getting on social media.
Yep.
Boom, topical.
It was. The best part of that, did you see the article about the dude that dressed up like Batman to go fight the clowns?
I like I said to Simon, I disagree with the people hunting them too.
Okay.
Only because, and this is the most amazing thing ever. On one of the news channels, I saw a story with a sad clown.
Aw.
And he was upset because he was walking home from work and got assaulted by people thinking he was the evil clowns. Because the
Oh.
circus and the stuff in the town are during the day, he rehearses at night. So then when he's walking
Ah.
home at night, people are like, oh my god, it's an evil clown, get him. He's like, no, I'm just conveniently dressed like a clown. It's just a coincidence. And I get him. It's a coincidental clown. Get him. Okay, I don't think anyone said it's coincidental clown.
Wow. That'd be amazing if they did, though.
Yeah. Ah, get him. He's speaking logic. Punch him on the nose. Honk, 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 honk. But no, there was that on the news of actual clowns, which isn't right. Actual clowns, ironically, are being beaten up by the people targeting the regular clowns. Which means the regular clowns, or the evil clowns,
I don't think the evil stalking people are the regular ones.
the evil clowns were being tracked by people who thought, no, they're inconveniencing people and targeting people and victimizing innocent people. So we're going to victimize innocent people.
Eye for an eye.
It's like, what the hell? You've become what you hate. At that point, you've lived long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Well, in that case, it's appropriate that the guy dressed up as Batman, isn't it?
I mean, that clown's child is probably going to grow up now to be a sports star, or a banker, or a librarian. It's not going to grow up to be a clown anymore. You've
No.
ruined that family history.
Yep.
And he was a clown. His father was a clown. His great father was a clown. All the way back to Judas Maximus, the clown, who told jokes at Jesus's crucifixion. He's not mentioned in the Bible, but he's heavily in one of the photos. If you look close enough. He's also in a great deleted scene in The Passion. But no, evil clowns. But no, Goosebumps. Yeah, like I said, part 1 and 2, like you got like the Evil Mask, House on Dead Street, and stuff. Most of them were part 1 and then part 2, and it was cool.
Yeah, they spread
And
him out.
And kids actually paid attention too, which was weird.
Oh,
Mainly
yeah.
because most kid shows now try and apparently act under that guidelines of each episode self-contained with extremely loose threads in case kids haven't seen it last week.
Yeah.
This was back when it's like, no, you saw it last week. And if you didn't, then you're screwed.
Pretty much. Yeah. But yeah, that was cool. You could, they leave you with the suspense of, oh, are they going to get out of this? What's going to happen? So then, yeah. But yeah, almost all the classic Goosebumps stories had episodes made. Like we said, the Haunted Mask, the Night of the Living Dummy books,
and Goosebumps had stories made.
had episodes made of their stories. You know what I meant?
The fact you said all the clowns in Goosebumps had episodes.
I said all the classic Goosebumps.
You said all the clowns in Goosebumps.
I said the classic Goosebumps.
Listen to the recording back.
I'll do it later. Anyway,
it's probably all the clown talk, to be fair.
Yeah, but yes, all the classics got adapted. Night of the Living Dummy, Haunted Mask, Dad in the Basement, Welcome to Dead House, Say Cheese and Die, Girl Who Cried Monster, Shocker on Shock Street, the Blob That Ate Everyone, probably, the Evil Sponge one, all the Monster Blood, just all the classic episodes were in there in some capacity. So that was pretty cool to just see all these stories that we had all seen in our heads for so many years come to life on the screen. It was a big deal.
The evil sponge, or as we know now, Ashton Kutcher.
Oh.
You can take that joke as many ways as you want. I'm implying the sponge grew up to become Ashton Kutcher.
Okay.
I'm in no way or shape or form saying Ashton Kutcher is a sponge.
Mm-hmm.
He was until he got divorced.
Mm-hmm. And then married again.
Yeah. huge step down. It was the meme. It was the meme. Oh, come on. But yeah,
Hmm.
basically, it's a case of, yeah, like I said, for me personally, rating this, I'd say if you're new, go to something free like Netflix. If you've got Netflix
Say
already,
Netflix isn't free.
watch it. Yeah, but if you've already got it, then watch it on that.
Then yeah.
Otherwise, I'd go avoid for new people, but old people who loved it, check it back out. It's nostalgic and it's really fun.
Yeah, I agree. A lot of great episodes. Great little scares. R.L. Stine setting the tone. It's a lot of fun. I'm gonna go back and watch them now because, like I said, I didn't realize how many there were. I gotta watch them things, and yeah, check them out. It's good times.
Yep.
All right. So we have one more video coming up for Goosebumps Month, and we're going to talk about the Goosebumps video game that was released for download on PS4 and Xbox in
NPC.
conjunction with the NPC in conjunction with the new movie, which
And probably PS3 and 360.
probably.
Because those graphics are fucking terrible.
Yeah, no, those graphics would run on a fucking N64.
Yep.
But yeah, so we're going to take a look at that game. It's a lot of fun, a lot of tributes to Goosebumps classic stories in there as well, and we'll look into that a little later.
It's a lot of fun. Is it possible we're reviewing a different game?
Yeah, well, I thought it was fun. Maybe you didn't.
No, I thought it was
I
horribly
mean,
made.
it's as fun as a point and click can be.
No, it's not. You've not played the Telltale games. That Batman one you played is literally meant to be a
That's
point and click.
true. Touche. That is significantly better.
Back to the Future was a point and click.
That is also true. I will give you that.
Also, Discworld. Also, Monkey Island.
Okay.
There's many good ones that aren't as shit as this.
Okay. Well, I think of it when I think of point and click. I think of the old school point and click, not the new style Telltale point and click.
You do realize Monkey Island and Discworld were old school point and click games. They were like The King back on like Amiga and stuff.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay then.
Bet you feel foolish now, don't you?
A little bit.
It's cool. Our viewers will help turn that clown upside down. Boom! New T-shirt. It means nothing.
Approved. Okay, so with that, we will see you for our next upcoming videos, including that Goosebumps video game review. We got another season of Enterprise coming up this weekend, so stay tuned for that. And all kinds of other good things.
Yep, including streaming, Hell in a Cell, next
Hell in a
month,
Cell.
World of Final Fantasy.
Yep, all
We've got
kinds of good
lots of
things.
stuff coming.
We do. So stay tuned for more great content here on Paths of the Mind. Chris, thank you for joining me.
It's a pleasure.
Until next time, everybody, peace.
Although, with that mustache, you look like Slappy in disguise.